since we lost our connection. We are live again, but we had lost the connection, so hopefully we can, uh, folks will find us again. Um, Sadly, I lost my internet there for a minute, so we're going to try and get us all restarted here. Since it does, yay, there's Kimberly. Hey, Anita. Okay, is it going to let me get it back on my tablet again? I'm not sure it's going to. It's being a bugger for some reason. My internet apparently decided it wanted to shut down. I'm not real thrilled with that, but what can you do about it besides nothing? Looks like a lot of us have been refound us. Unfortunately, one of those things is not my tablet, so I can watch our chat. It keeps wanting to go back to the last one, so we're going to have to get it to release that last one so that we can find the new one. So I did get I'm not sure how much of this pair got on before we froze out there. Oh, she doesn't look very clean though, does she? Ugh, that's nasty. There we go. It's straightened out a bit. That's good. Hey, Cynthia. Hi, Dominique. Hi, Anita. Hi, Kimberly. I don't know what that little stunt was. I lost my internet for a minute there. So we did finish putting the butterflies together. I just need to decide on a post for them. I do have these other little hearts. I did bring my posts over, my various posts, silver ones over here. So we can, those are too big. We have these little squares actually might be best because they'll match the bottom, sort of echo the bottom piece. Hi, Carolyn. Hey, Heather. Sorry about the internet. I just looked up and all of a sudden everything was hourglassing. So I was like, that's not good. But also, if we wanted to just be really basic, have these pretty little crystal ones we could use on these. It's got a slightly purple cast to them, but there is that slight purple in the butterflies. Leave this for over here. So we got to ask ourselves, do we want the slight purple cast of the crystal one? Since the butterfly, we have crystal everywhere else, that might be pretty. Or do we want this square one, which will sort of mimic the piece down at the bottom? Come on. Both would actually work. The squares, yeah, that's sort of what I'm leaning towards too. I do like the crystal, but I think the squares look really good with it. So I think we will go with the squares. Oh, I got to get a second square out, don't I? Duh. Go. So we'll get some let's see if the Tinky Tots would work with this putting on the ear studs. Now these ear studs, since the holes face the same direction as what you want them to through here, you don't have to use two. You can just use one. If they were going opposite directions, you'd need two so that you could get them put together properly. Let's see, you need to go this way. Let's see if we're going to fight with this one or if we gotta have the bigger one. And I just dropped it. Come here, little guy. Come here. Oop. Now I can't get a decent hold on it, so we'll switch it to the slightly bigger one. Now these squares just have a piece of rubber tubing on them to protect the wire. Just pull that off. It's on there darn good. And I'll get it. Come on, sit down straight. I'll get it back. Words, Rose. In a minute. There we go. There are the butterflies. All done. Aren't those pretty? I like these type of earring backs that have the little silicone inside and then they have the guard around the outside. It makes them a little easier to get on and off, in my opinion, because there's a little bit more to hold on to here. So there they go. There's our butterflies all done. Now we're going to decide what we're going to do with our hearts here. Hey, Dorothy. Thank you. I'm glad you think the butterflies are beautiful, Cynthia. And Anita. Did I make the heart? This? Oh no, this is a piece I bought from Auntie's Beads. It's a Let's see if I can find its square drops, earring posts. I should have its little envelope here. There it is right there. Nope, that's the heart ear studs again. We don't need to. Got one here already. Well, what did I do with its package? Strange. That's the butterfly connector, earring posts, silver drops. Interesting. Ah, there it is. Auntie's Beads has been having a really good sell on things, and these antique silver Bally style heart earrings, 26 by 19, package of 2, were on sale for 88 cents. So I got a couple, and I've got some little connector pieces here, some little guys. I usually get these little guys like this for when I'm making decorative things. So for like on the end of chain extenders and such, they turn out they're real pretty on those. So sounds like my hubby's home. Okay, Dominique, we'll see you later. So these are going to go like this somehow. I haven't decided if we want some extra beads on here, maybe just a little drop of pretty chain to drop them down a little further. And if we do that, these could come in if we wanted to, and we could put a crystal in the
Amazon?
Oh, I think I know what it is. My husband's just showing me a package from Amazon. I think it's my square wire. I ordered.
And a bunch of bottles.
Oh, it's my racks. Okay. So we could just put a couple of drops down the side here with this up here, though they seem to be a little bumpy there. I don't really want them bumping into each other is the only thing, which is sort of surprising. They're bumping into each other because they're a space away from each other. But I think the problem is that in going up like this, it brings them closer together, even though it doesn't look like they're closer together, they are. See how that's going to hit each other there? And I don't really want it to do that. So I'm actually seriously just considering cutting off the extra 2 rings and sanding them down some and just putting these together like this. Thank you, ladies. You love the butterflies. Yes, they are gorgeous, aren't they? And they actually were really, well, they were probably the most expensive thing I bought on the sale. And those, but they were on sale also. Let's see if I can find theirs. Yeah, they were $1.30, but they're 2 for $1.30. That's their packaging. But as I said, we're on a sale price. I don't know what their regular price is. I tend to do a lot of shopping at Auntie's Beads when they're having sales because they have really good sales. And if you buy $50 worth of things, you don't have to pay shipping. Bye, Dominique. Have a good day. So I'm seriously debating just cutting those 2 extra rings off. And because they are not going to If I don't, what I'm thinking I'll do instead is possibly bring these in right here. Come here. Go right there. Put a little chain right here, some really delicate chain maybe, and then making a little just one little loop on the outside with these guys on them to add that. Because if I put this up right next to it, see, it's going to be too close. It's going to bump. And so these could go right there. This one go right here. Just do a little wire wrap loop for these guys. Sit them right here on the edges, and then have a little tiny bit of chain, delicate chain from here to there, to pull this one down some. And I actually sort of like that. What do you guys think? If I do it this way, I'm going to end up cutting those links off and just having them like that. But I do sort of like this one. At Auntie's Beads? Yeah, I haven't ever tried their service at Auntie's Beads, their customer service, but I do need to. I broke that Cocopelli, but I got that like a couple of years ago, so there's no way that I can get that one replaced. But this piece right here, there's something on this crystal, and I'm afraid if I try and get it off, I might break the crystal. So I'm going to take a picture of it, then I will try and get it off. If I can't get it off and I break it, then I will contact their customer service about that guy. But I'm leaning sort of towards this one. This is a lot more simplistic, obviously, but I sort of like the looks of this one. So this is, I'm leaning towards this here, this one here. I think it's a little bit more, how do I want to put it? I like the dangle better. I think it's going to look better with that kind of a dangle. And I probably will, if I do this, I will probably, when I wire wrap these, I will put these two guys right, I will wire wrap it right to it rather than jumping it on, because that will keep it up there higher than it is right now. And I need to see. Of course, I also could use one of these. No, it would bump too much. I need something really, really delicate. Delicate, well, not too horribly delicate. If it's too horribly delicate, it won't go through the chain. But something delicate enough that it's not going to be conflicting. This is too dark. This is gunmetal. I don't want gunmetal. Of course, I could just use 3 jump rings to hold it on, which would work just the same way. Oh, this is Figaro chain. Okay, let's see how this will work. This has got a hunk still on this bottom link because this is Figaro. It's got this smaller little piece in the middle. So this would go, I would cut this right here. then you're going to have to cut it twice because it's got this link in the middle is like it's closed in the middle. And then we'll go and get one more piece off of here. Okay. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take these little pieces of chain, and for this I am going to see if my Tinky Tots will work, because we are on a delicate chain, so I don't want it to be too stiff. Yes, I prefer the chain option too. I think it's going to be pretty. So we're going to get this little piece of chain here, and okay, so we need a couple. We need more of these. See, oops, don't mean that many, but you know. Now the question is, will it go on here with the Tinky Top? Because these are pretty wide connection places here. And I'm not sure it will. Looks like no. So we'll need the bigger size for the top here. Let go. So we're only going to need one of these to put the chain on to the bottom of our Rivoli, but it does not, it won't take up above because it's such a wide base on our heart piece here. So we'll need the bigger size. Come here, you. So there's the dangle, the original one. Then this one will hang right here. We may, want that to hang just a hair's breadth more than that. So I may make a tiny little chain using the tiny jump rings. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Because this is going to, I want it down a little bit lower than right up there. So even though we're going to need this to hang it from, I'm hoping I can just use 2 of my Tinky Tots to bring that down to about right there. And then this one actually might get a jump ring to pull it down because it is going to be up there way high otherwise, because or I would have to make my chain be smaller here, and I don't want my chain a lot smaller. Because it would defeat the purpose of it almost. It would I would just have just one link here. And if I was going to do that, I might as well just do it with jump rings. So we'll see how this goes. You have to use three if you're doing it in odd numbers, because otherwise it's going to be, oops, come here you. It's going to hang sideways. And if we decide we want to do this without putting the doing these little drops for these, what we're going to want to do then is just take the chain out and just put in a tinky top between the two jumpers in our Rivoli so that it will not hang down as far. So let's see how it looks here. That's not bad. But words. Dangle, swing, hang, sweat. Yes, definitely. Definitely words. So, do we want it that long? Or would we rather have it be a little shorter and not have that much dangling? It would be more up here. So I have to decide, as I said, if I'm going to go with the longer one or the shorter one. And because I'm not sure what I want to do, I may just take this one and take the chain off and do it the other way and see what it looks like with just the jump ring drops instead of the chain drop. And that is one thing I would suggest to anybody who's doing something like this. If you're not sure how you're going to like something, do it two ways and then see which one you like better. And if you like the other one better, then go with whichever one you like better after you put things together. That's all I can suggest would be to do it that way. So I am going to put this one with just with just 3 jump rings, the 2 dinky dots and the medium one up here at the top. Come on, slide over here so you go right. There we go. And then I will do 1 drop with just 1 of the jump rings. And we'll compare and see which one we like better. Come on, you little brat. Get over there where I want you at. Okay. There are the two way of having the drops. One with the chain, so it's a little longer, and the 3 on the other one, or just the like so. And this, of course, is going to end up having a jump ring because we need the length. If we're doing that, this one won't. It'll just sit right there. Now, I like it both ways, but when it comes right down to brass tacks, I think I might like this one better than this one. Though this is really pretty. The chain really goes nicely in there, but this is a nice counter. Now with this one, I would be hooking it right on, so it would hang about right like so. And with this one, if I put it over here, I'm going to use a jump ring to hang it on. So it would hang about right here. And I'm probably going to bump the camera again because I need to get a couple more jump rings out here so I can see. I want to look at that a little better. So probably don't need that many, but better too many than not enough, right guys? I'll put this over here for now so I won't bump the camera again. So I'm going to hook this one on. If I do this one, I am going to hook it straight to the thing, and I can do that. If I don't like it, we can always cut it loose if we decide to go that route over there. And that might be what we'll just do so we can see. So there's the drape on this one, how it will look. Oh, come on, move over here a little bit. You don't need to go straight there. And then the other one, if we do it the other direction way instead, it would just go, and I would hook it directly on rather than using the jump ring. So when we come around here, we want to leave ourselves a gap so it can slide onto our component. And then we just will wrap this baby up. And I'll be truthful with you, when you have to wrap right here at the base of your component with other pieces on, it's easier if you do it first instead of when you put before you put your other components on, so they're not competing with you for getting in your way here. Now that slid down the base a little bit, so I'm going to slide it back up. Okay, I've got this a little crooked, so we need to straighten her up. And there it is with this direction, and it's still a little crooked. So now the question becomes, which way do we prefer? The longer piece dangling like this, or the shorter one with it like this? And that's a dang good question because they both are pretty. We can sort of ease these into place so we can see what it would look like. These would be, of course, longer over here. So, which one do we prefer? You prefer the shorter one, Carolyn? Yeah, I'm sort of leaning towards the shorter one as well. This one is almost too long with the way it's hanging, and we can easily switch it over to this way, though this becomes an extra piece because it isn't wired in, but that's all right. So, since I am leaning towards the shorter one also, anybody else have any thoughts on it other than Carolyn? Cynthia likes the shorter one also. Okay. So that's easily fixed. All we need to do is take our extra jump rings out of here. And this one, this little red crystal here that's already wrapped but is not in place gets to become an extra. Come on, fall off. We'll just leave it. We'll just have it sit aside, and I'll use it for something else at a later date. So off you come. I said come off. There we go. And this guy is just a regular ring. Yes. I'm going to just finish putting this other one together, and then we'll fix this one. So he's just gone a regular one ring, no extras. Goes on, and actually I should have done my wrapped one first because still going to have to do that fight with the, oh come on you, with the one that's got to be wrapped, but oops, don't knock that one off. Oh, you're just being a bugaboo, aren't you? Come on. Oop. One of my least favorite sounds is when they snap off like that, when they fall off like that. So we'll get another couple of head pins here. Well, we don't need 4, but 4 is better than not enough. So we need one more crystal. No one. Why it always thinks it needs to be 2 instead of just 1 is beyond me. But yeah, there's not a better, there's a preferred. This is very true. When you're making jewelry, that's very definitely the case. Frequently there's a preferred to one or the other. I didn't need 4. So this one, we need to take out the chain piece. And just put on another Tinky Tot between the two. I'm just going to close this up because we're going to put it on anyway later. We're going to get this one out because we don't need those 2 Tinky Tots in there. We're going to take them off. Bing. We'll just leave this ring on here. No, we won't. We'll just put this one on since this one's here and I don't want to waste my jump ring by shutting it and closing it too many times. So, well, opening it and closing it, shutting and closing are the same thing, Rose. So we need to take the 2 Tinky Tots off of this one. Yeah. We need to take the 2 Tinky Tots off this one here. And we can instead, since we will have, ooh, careful of your crystal butterflies, put them up out of the way. Dropping my tools right on top of them, that's not good. So I'm going to take you out, put you aside, then we can put this onto here. Come on, hang right. Go on here. close this up because we do need 2 Tinky Tots. So we'll take the other off the chain and just put it right onto here when we are, or was it only 1 Tinky Tot? No, it's 2. One's right on the Rivoli. So we'll open the Rivoli up here. Though there is a Tinky Tot on here, we're going to take it off because it's going to go onto the other one there. And this will just come off and go over here. So that's out of the way. Now I'm going to wrap these up and put these on prior to putting the rest of the things on, so I don't have those things fighting with me getting wrapping this up. So we're going to wrap this up and around, bring it over, leave a gap. Now this has not got a front or back, so you can just put it in whichever. And then we got to get hold of it and wrap it up. So we grab it where the 2 wires come together, and then just take our pliers and wrap. Now that dropped down some, so I'm going to get my fingernail in there and push it up. Come on, get out of the way there. So there is this one all finished other than putting on the top. Ta-da! So pretty. Okay, so now what we're going to do, before we put these guys back on, we're going to wrap these 2 up and get them in place because it'll be easier to put them in place without all the other extra stuff on there. So we're going to bring her around, leave a gap, and then slide her into place. Grab our wires where they come together. Now these tiny needle nose pliers are great, or I guess we don't call them needle nose. We could call them chain nose here, but they're the smaller ones are perfect for getting in these tiny places. So I really appreciate the tiny tip on these guys. Now I know that bent when I cut that, so I'm going to have to straighten it as we're going here. So there we go. Now see how much simpler that was to put that one on and wrap it when it didn't have all the other extra dangles and pieces in with it. And since the others are not getting put on hardwired, if they were, I'd just go down the line. Just do it this way, and it's simpler. You don't have to worry about the other pieces as much getting in your way. This one's going to get in my way a little bit because I do already have that one piece on, but it's not as bad as when I had all of the pieces on. So grab the wires where they come together, and we'll wrap this little guy up. And he slid down the wire, so we're going to get my fingernail in there, push it up. Now, if you don't feel your fingernails are strong enough to push the wire up, you can always get your pliers in there. Come here, you. I need to get hold of that last little bit. There we go. Now we just need to put our other pieces on here. So to do that, we just want to open up this bottom jump ring here on our little strand here. Put our Rivoli on. After I get this on, I'm going to verify I've got it on the right way, because it's going to try and go backwards if I don't have it on the right way, and I just dropped it. So uh-oh, where'd it go? Lost it. Just get a new one. They're not that expensive. No, it's right here. There we go. Rivoli, go on here. Now we'll hook it onto the chain again. Dropped it. There it is. Okay. Good, we got it facing the right direction. Now we'll take this open jump ring right here and put this last crystal on. Come here, you. Oop. Okay, jump ring's still there, but the part is over here. I hate when my pliers drop off my jump rings. Okay, there we go. Pretty, pretty wiggle, wiggle. Now we just need to put our studs on. And I think that we have both of these little guys, but I think these little guys are too little. I think we're going to go with these bigger ones here. So we'll put these guys back in their package in a minute. And I have to decide, is this base, yeah, it's going to be too big for one of the teeny tots. So we're going to use one of these to put our piece on, our ear wire, I should say, ear stud, whatever you want to call it. Open that up, goes through our base here. Come on, go on. Take our little ear stud, put it through the hole right here. Close this baby up. And this one has the heart at the top there then. So here we go. That one's finished. This one just needs its stud put up at the top. Come on, you. There we go. Ta-da! So there is our pretty red heart ones, and then here is our crystal butterflies. Grabbed it by the bottom. I was gonna freak out there for a second. I thought I had it upside down. There we go. So there's our 2 pair of earrings today. I think they turned out pretty. Hey, Mary, glad you came for a while. I actually had to restart us today because my internet went down there for a minute and I wasn't sure we were going to get back, but we did. So we've got 2 pair of earrings made. We have the pretty heart ones that are more Valentine's-y, and then we have the pretty butterflies that, well, they were sort of an urge, so to speak. These hearts need some backs. So let's get a couple of backs out. I think these turned out quite nicely. Hope you guys enjoyed making them with me here. That crystal's turned. There we go. And now this crystal's turned. So, of these components that we used, they were all from Auntie's Beads. So I think we didn't use these. We used these in this pair. This that's the little piece of chain. Go over here. This is the ear wires. We need to get those put away in their own baggie. But there is the enamel hearts. We use these guys. This is the cyan piece down here at the bottom. This is the butterfly over here. We didn't use these. Here's the baggie for these. Put those away so they don't get lost. And then we didn't use our enamel butterflies or our blue beads. But we did use the square braid drops and the connectors here and here. So these pieces were what we used for our butterfly earrings here. Then we got these were in my stash, but other than that, all of these were things that I got on sale from Auntie's Beads in the last few weeks. And this side is, again, just the hearts and the jump rings and such from my kit. Everything else is stuff I got on sale from Auntie's Beads in the last week or two. So I think these make beautiful Valentine's earrings, the red ones, and the butterflies are just pretty earrings no matter what you look at, how you look at them. So here we go, 2 pair of earrings today. This section we've been on for about an hour. We were on about a half hour before we died before. So I think it's probably on in about 20 minutes. So let's turn up and chat for just a few moments before we go. I'm glad everybody managed to find me again after we lost the internet there for a minute. Oh, for a second there, it looked like we were going to lose it again. So here's our red pair. And here's our blue pair. So hold one of each up. So there's our earrings for today. They're about so long. And so we had a lot of fun, I think, making these earrings. As I said, we tried 2 different ways with both pair, and compared how what we liked better. And it's always, like I suggested, put one, if you can't decide by just putting them down and looking at the 2 differences right on your mat, like we did with the butterflies, then put one together of each of what you like, and then take the one apart that you don't like and make the one you do like. So anyway, I hope that this worked for you good, and I will be gone for the day. Go over and see TT's Trinkets and Treasures at noon, and I hope you have a lovely day, and we'll see you all tomorrow morning. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden. Bye-bye.
Did you want to go with or not?